Tell me about the gate.
I don't know where it came from, but a mysterious gate appeared outside the walls of our city. The way the guards are reacting, it must be a threat. They're massing as if bracing for an attack.
Doug, you are a
The portal
guard!
is just outside the city walls, through the west gates if you want to see for yourself. Be careful. Some say the gate leads to the realm of Oblivion itself.
What do you all even fucking know? What do you all know? Tell me about the gate.
If the guards don't do something about the Oblivion Gate soon, I'm leaving town. It's not safe here.
When we had last left the hero of Kvatch, their journeys throughout Cyrodiil continued, this time with them dealing with more Daedric princes. Who would they go to see? Well, none other than Molag Bal, of course. They communed at their shrine and were told to, in some way, corrupt an old paladin who was quite pious and quite pacifist. Thankfully, they were able to really easily fix that by just punching him. and then they went over and helped out Vermina, who had some guy sleeping on a bed, but that was actually unimportant. What was more important was traveling through a big old weird freaky place and getting an orb. Now, they were happy and they both gave over their associated relics, the Mace of Molag Bal and the Skull of Corruption. Now it was time to close an Oblivion Gate, maybe seek out some more, and perhaps wrap up some unfinished business at the Breville or Leowin Mages Guild. This is the, what was that? This is the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered. Welcome back. Zoop, zoop. Was that the Creamy Man? Who was that? The fuck? Okay. But nonetheless, we're back here at this shop. Ooh, are we at like a bad time of day? Oh yeah, probably. But we came back out here to the Gilded Carafe because a while back someone wrote in saying that indeed when we came here and bought this armor, which I did also finally equip onto us, did some inventory management, but this person also was selling none other than Cyrodiilic brandy, which I'm reminded now exactly why it threw me off. And probably will continue to always do that. It is because Cyrodiilic brandy has the icon of a typical potion, right? It doesn't have like a unique booze icon as almost every single other bit of booze in the entire game seems to have. For whatever reason, Cyrodiilic brandy is just different. Okay, let's get on out of here before she calls the cops on me. Good, good, good. And I think real fast...
I don't have time for you.
Oh, on to Svanen.
On to Svanen. Retired. Sleep late and read trashy books. I don't keep up with Mages Guild affairs anymore.
Oh, that's a good way to live. Tell me about the city.
I spent 40 years at the Arcane University. Good years, but I don't miss it. Now I'm completely useless and proud of it.
Fucking awesome. Great. Tell me a rumor.
I see no reason to talk to you.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay.
What?
Can I persuade you? Oh, wow. You actually hate me. Is it because I am the Archmage? Okay.
What not? My life is That's pretty good. Don't talk such rot. Gracious. Is that so? Good one.
Okay.
That's just talk. Yeah, don't talk such My life is drab and wretched by don't gracious. Is that... Yeah, I get it. Yeah, not now. Such... You're wasting your breath. Don't try... I salute you. That's... Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. No, still no rumors?
I see no reason to talk to you.
Okay.
Bye.
Is this guy a part of any quest or whatever? I'm surprised that you don't ever have to go meet with them for, like, the Mages Guild, you know? Alright, well, let's head over here and close this gate before I forget about its very existence. The one that we ended the last video in front of. And then we'll go drop off the Cyrodiilic brandy and all of that. And then we can head over to either Leowin or Breville. I forget which Mages Guild has that little extra something going on. Okay, yeah, there it is. Travel on up this way. The Creamy Man still has not reappeared just yet, but I don't think it's been anywhere near 4 days. Okay. Up we go. Great. Okay. No respawns out here yet? Ooh, there is. Okay. Let's deal with this real fast. Can I use this on you? No, if only. Okay. Void salts. And what does this do? Hestra. Oh, conjured weapon and armor. Okay. Man, look at all the different plants, though. I am actually going to take all these. What a trove. Okay. There's some shroomage here as well. Good. Harvested, like, wild herbs and flowers and other plants like that. They're all 0.1 weight, right? Are there any that aren't 0.1? Is it only, like, the harvested items that you can get are that weigh more than 0.1? Are they just... Ooh, look at the spire in the distance. Wow. But, oh shit, But, is it just the items you get off of dead creatures, like this, and, plants that are... What do you call them? Oh my gosh. Here, I'm gonna power this thing up. That are like produce, you know? Like your typical farm plant. Okay. As well. Good. Okay. Let's head on in. There we are. And we'll run through here as fast as possible. Let's see, have we been in this one before? Oh yeah, this is the double one from a different vantage point. Okay. Well, let me get my other spell here ready. Good. Okay. Up and around this way. Oop. Perfect. Good. I was born under the sign of the apprentice. Oh, we'll never know. Okay. Up here. Great. Then up this way. Probably the most straightforward one, right? Gotta be. You know what? I think 100 extra speed and athletics is maybe ideal for navigating this area. I don't know how much more I could handle and still be able to, like, turn at a good rate without just crashing into walls. Maybe I could get, like, 100 more of each, maybe. Okay. Good, taking that. Anything good in here? Meh. Alright. Very simple. Expert of light armor is not encumbered while wearing it. Yeah, how much more light armor... How many more light armor levels do I need? Let's see. What have I gotten it up to? 71. We're getting there. Part of me is tempted to go back to, like, that one Gobbo cave and just let rats chew on me for a hot minute. That was very good. Okay. So then, let's travel out now to... Well, shit, should we close the one at Cheydinhal while we're here? The actual one associated with Cheydinhal? It does have some unique shit associated with it, right? Yeah, let's go north. Because this one involves the Knights of the Thorn. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it real quick. Alright. There we go. Up and over here. And I forget, where do we find out about it? Do we just talk to the local guard? I assume so. Hello.
What do you want?
I'm just hanging out. Tell me about Cheydinhal.
Count Indary has ordered us to hold our positions until Farewell returns from inside that accursed Oblivion Gate.
Farewell? Tell me about the gate.
I don't know where it came from, but a mysterious gate appeared outside the walls of our city. The way the guards are reacting, it must be a threat. They're massing as if bracing for an attack.
Doug, you are a
The portal's
guard!
just outside the city walls, through the west gates if you want to see for yourself. Be careful. Some say the gate leads to the realm of Oblivion itself.
What do you all even fucking know? What do you all know? Tell me about the gate.
If the guards don't do something about the Oblivion Gate soon, I'm leaving town. It's not safe here.
Man, fuck the town guard, fuck the Cheydinhal guard. God, if they don't do something, I'm leaving. What the fuck? Oh my god. Okay, sure. Let's go check in with the Count, maybe, before we, follow this. One of the townspeople in Cheydinhal has mentioned the opening of what they suspect to be a gate to the realm of Oblivion, just outside the city walls. The city guards seem on alert, and tensions appear to be running high. I should make my way through the west gates of Cheydinhal to investigate. You know, part of me wonders if something else was cut in the interest of, like, disk space. That being, each town, save maybe Bruma, having a unique reaction to the guaranteed Oblivion Gate that always pops up outside of that associated town, right? Like, what if every little town, every little city was going to have something like this quest?
Hail, Sir Knight.
It's not like super heavy duty involved or whatever, right? But it would be very cool if they all had something.
Yeah, you're who? And why do I care exactly? Yeah, I don't need you, so go away, huh? I'm asking real nice because my mom brought me up right.
Oh my gosh. Dog, I gotta tell you, I always love people in real life who do this, right? People who are always quick to say, oh yeah, I was raised right. Right? Just unprompted, people will just, a certain type of person will just say, oh yeah, well, my parents raised me right. My dad raised me right. My mom raised me right. And you know what? I feel like without fail, this type of person who says this, right, unprompted, they're always pieces of shit. Right. Let's get one thing clear. I feel like nobody just goes around and brags about this, right? Nobody just goes around like, well, I guess my parents just raised me right. You know, it's a different thing if someone else is like, oh, look at you. You just raised right. In that case, maybe that's a little condescending, but still well-meaning enough. But anyone who says it about themselves, about their own situation, dog, it better be like Mother's Day or Father's Day or something if you're saying this, because otherwise, it's a red flag. Let's be real. Everyone who I've ever met who have said this, they've been a fucking problem. All right. And you know what? The folks who made Oblivion, they knew. Tell me about Cheydinhal.
Business is bad with that damn Oblivion Gate outside of town. You think things can't get worse, and then they do.
All right.
Farewell.
Let's see. Let me check in with the guild here real quick. Maybe we can rest until like normal hours and then we can meet with the Count. I have no idea if any of the Counts or Countesses say anything about the Oblivion Crisis when they have a gate right out front. Right, we didn't really have a proper opportunity to check with Hasseldor. Hello, Orentor.
It's my pleasure. Please continue.
Oh, thank you. Tell me about the city of Cheydinhal.
The whole town is on edge with that Oblivion Gate open just outside the walls.
Oh, God. Tell me a rumor.
The boots of the Crusader have been given to a worthy knight, I understand. He must have been very brave.
Okay.
Be seeing you.
What about you, Trayvon the Red Guard? Like, I want to talk to you. I just start feeding right in front of these two.
Well met.
Hello? Anything new? Nope.
You
Greetings
too.
to you.
Yes?
Poor
I can't even sleep in
Cervella.
this bed.
I hear she's turning Cheydinhal inside out looking for her husband Ryth. I hope nothing bad has happened to him.
Bye.
You've
Greetings,
got
High
the
Elf.
hands of a smith.
Hi there.
It's
Ellen
my
Way.
pleasure. Please continue.
Or Ellen Y. Oh, you've got 500 gold, or I've got 500 gold I can give you here.
I would gladly let you invest in my shop.
And tell me of Cheydinhal?
Everyone is waiting to see if Farwell and his knights return from inside that dreadful Oblivion Gate. Such brave lads.
Okay. And tell me a rumor.
I can't believe the ridiculous new fines the guards are imposing. Ever since Ulrich took over as captain of the guard, this place is going downhill.
Okay. Tell me about Ryth Lathandis.
Ryth Lythandis is one of the greatest painters in all Cyrodiil. Sadly, he's gone missing. His wife, Tivella, is beside herself with grief.
Okay. And how about these fines?
Ever since Ulrich Leyland took over the captain of the guard post, this city's gone downhill. It's getting almost scary to walk the streets. The guards have imposed new, ridiculously heavy fines for every infraction under the sun. They almost seem to make up laws just for charging fines. If you can't pay the fine, they can take your property away or toss you in the castle dungeons. Nothing we can do about it, really. If you're interested, go talk to Levana Nadarin. She seems the most outspoken against Ulrich and his new fines.
The biggest gang in town. The biggest gang in town.
I heard the
Goodbye.
gauntlets of the Crusader are
Okay.
gone from the
Deetsan, I want to talk.
chapel.
I had no idea.
Sure.
Ever since that...
I'm Deetsan, magician, Mages Guild, that is.
Okay. How about a rumor?
Otessa is a wonderfully gifted healer. I sometimes worry that she spends too much time taking care of others and not enough on herself.
Sure.
Gate
Bye.
appeared. The city guards have been on...
No way.
Okay, and
Good
what about
news
you,
from Kavat.
Irwin? Rise and shine. Can I nab your bed too?
Great. Good night.
I hope
can.
I can help.
Ooh, my camera. Tell me a rumor.
Naspia Cosma is really skilled with her blade. It's a shame she doesn't compete in the arena.
Lucky for her, there, Irwin, because I would
Farewell.
obliterate her. I don't know if you heard, Irwin, but I am the spell slinger. Look, I can't even use your bed now.
I have a feeling that you and I are about to become very close.
What's going on with you?
What the
They
hell?
say that slavery has been abolished in Morrowind. House Dress and Lalu have renounced the slave trade and freed the beast folk from servitude.
It is not surprising, considering Morrowind's violent past.
All right, let's check down here. Maybe there's a bed we can use in the basement. Or maybe refreshing, like going in and out, will let me use one of the beds. Oh, I can use this one. Okay. Sure. The nicest one in the whole damn place. Let's see. Let's go for 6 hours, I think. There we are. And then, like I said, I want to meet with the Count. Oh, we have another fun, oh, this is the scalpel one. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sleeping, I'm having a good sleep, pieces swirling about in my brain. And then I see someone standing over me, and what are they doing? There's some surgery. I'm getting brain surgery done. Thankfully, I'm being handled by a really good doctor. Manamarco, the King of Worms, actually. He's not evil anymore. He's really cool. But Guess who's standing up there, looking down, watching the surgeons go to work, the delicate art of brain surgery, as performed by Mana Marco. Who's that? Who's that standing up there at the balcony, observing? Why, it's it's none other than Hannibal Traven of the Mages Guild. He's back. Look, he's up there. He's looking around. Oh God, what's he got? It seems like he's got a little package of chocolatey mints with him. Nondescript, unbranded chocolate mints. Oh no, also, he is Hannibal Traven. He's a little dumb. And he accidentally slips up. And suddenly I can see, as brain surgery is being performed upon me, a little chocolate mint flies out of his hand into my brain. And now it's there forever. And I wake up terrified. and I wake up terrified because I'm in an episode of Seinfeld. All right, there we go. Let's get out of here. Oh my God, yeah, look at all the beds down here. Ain't nobody sleeping down here? Come on. Chew. I bet it's a lot cooler down there in the basement than it is upstairs. You know? Yeah, what are we afraid that everyone's gonna think we're a bunch of weirdos sleeping down the basement?
Are you not feeling well?
It's a mages guild. It's people already will think that. It's a mages guild. Come on.
I hope I can help.
Island Way? Anything else? No.
You too.
I'm hoping that one of them will have something to say about training, but I don't.
The pleasure is all mine.
I don't
it's my
think
pleasure.
So. Train.
Good that you want to get better. Goodbye.
Actually, you didn't have it
Well
already
met.
grayed out, did you? No, I'm not tripping.
Take care.
Okay.
It's my pleasure.
No, I can
Always
recharge
keep
though.
Your magical
May as well
equipment
recharge them all.
charged.
Zoop. Good.
Farewell.
You know what? I have heard actually recently with the 1.1 update that for a not insignificant amount of folks, the update has irrecoverably destroyed their whole ass game. Right? It has just completely borked the whole ass situation. Right? It's been rendered unplayable.
How do you do?
Really wild. And honestly, incredibly fortuitous for me that I have not run into such an issue. Who is this out here? Burz Grokash. Hello.
What do you want, a job? If you want it from me, you'll have to join the Fighters Guild. Not that I'm sure you can cut it.
Damn, your ass looking like a whole hamburger out here. Okay.
Join the guild. You won't regret it.
Yeah, I'll join it in a bit. Let's see. Oh, is this a beggar, or is this... Is Aldous Othrin the singing man? He might be the singing man.
What are you? Time is it?
Okay. Man, look at him. He's already dressed up for Mafia the Old Country. Let's head over here. How do we even get to Castle Cheydinhal?
Greetings and salutations.
Greetings. Oh, here we go.
My children are starving. Please help.
All right, let's fix them up. Let's fix them up. Brucius the Orphan.
Me children will thank you for your help.
Okay, tell me a rumor real quick.
I'd stay inside the city walls if I were you. There's no telling what's going to come out of that gate.
Yeah, probably not far, Will, huh? Here, have a coin.
Thank you, kind sir.
Okay.
Blessings of Stendar upon
Oh, do you have anything to say, Gondradel?
Good day.
It is a good day. Oh, you can tell me about training.
If you require further training, you might consider venturing into the mountains in the north of Cyrodiil. Erin's camp, specifically. Erin's a very gifted acrobat and could teach you anything you needed to know.
Well, that's fantastic. Tell me more about training.
Search the mountains in the northeast of Cyrodiil for Erin's camp. Erin can teach you all that you need to know.
Okay, well, lovely.
Be seeing you.
I'll do that in due time. Okay. Who are you? Lavena Nidaron.
You seem far too nice to be one of Ulrich's men. What can I do for you?
Oh God, you think I look like a cop? Jesus, what an insult. Okay. Tell me about fines? Well, no, I don't want... let's not get too involved in that just yet. Tell me about a rumor.
Naspia Cosma is really skilled with her blade. It's a shame she doesn't compete in the arena.
Yeah, where is this
Good day
Naspia
to you.
Cosma? They may have a training quest
Well
for
met.
me.
You've
Okay.
got the hands of a smith. Must have spent some time repairing your gear.
That's right, Otimbar.
You're a likely-looking prospect. Thinking about the Fighters Guild?
I'm actually not.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. How about over here?
What is it?
Bazur Grogars.
Yeah, I'm Bazir Grogars. I
Yeah.
got protection from the Orem gang, so don't mess with me, or they'll fillet you real good.
Damn, okay. Shit,
Be seeing you.
let's not mess with this fucking guy. Okay. That guy's got a huge fucking dick. And he's not afraid to let you
I
know.
don't know you, and I don't care to know you.
Oh, I know you. Okay.
There's a charge
Oh.
in the air. Been casting some destruction spells?
Surprise. Naspia Cosma, you don't even have a weapon at your hip.
I'm at your service, Sir Knight.
Oh, okay. Tell me a rumor?
I spoke with Deetsan at the Mages Guild recently. I've never seen someone so happy about being in the guild.
Okay.
Farewell.
Weird that she doesn't offer training either. Or what was everyone implying then about her? Is she a murderer? Is that what they're saying? She's so good with the blade. She's real killer with it. She's positively deadly with a sharp knife. Good lord. Let's see over here. She murdered the turkey carving competition. Let's head up here. Hello, Count Andal Indaris.
Please, although I'm concerned about the safe return of my son and the closing of the gate, please see Aminus Gregory for all of the details. With a possible attack looming, I must be free to make preparations. Good luck.
Oh, they actually kept his original VO.
Please, although with a possible attack...
Okay.
How are you?
Let's see. Where is this guy? What was his name again? Hang on, I thought he would be right here.
Although I'm concerned about...
Aminus Grigori. Where is Aminus Grigori? Is he in here? Is he at like the guard barracks or whatever?
Yes?
Hello?
What do you want?
I'm looking for Aminus. Or Amis Grigori? Tell me a rumor.
They say that Oblivion Gates have opened outside cities all across Tamriel. Gods preserve us!
Yeah, there's... Garrus, don't look now. There's one outside of this city. It's out there, right now. It opened up.
There's a charge in the air. Been casting some destruction spells?
Ragnar, that's just a gate to Oblivion that opened up.
It is just Ragnar, the poor porter. Do you wish to beat me? Punish me?
Oh my
Of course,
God.
Ragnar deserves your scorn, but pity this one, please.
Okay. Without the last sentence, you might think that Ragnar was into some real kinky shit. Okay, tell me a rumor?
Hey, you're the one they call the hero of Kvatch, aren't you? The one that closed the Oblivion Gate and saved the city.
Okay. How about some training?
I'm willing to teach if you're willing to learn.
Man, you do hand-to-hand. Huh. I wonder how necessary training for hand-to-hand might be for us.
Shadow hide you.
We really do need to find some marksman training, because I don't relish the idea of doing that. Okay, well, I don't know where this Grigori dude may be. Is this the guard barracks right here? One of these? Yeah, okay, perfect. Maybe they're in here. Maybe it's where my quest objective is.
Hello.
That's who I'm meant to speak with. Castle dungeon. Wait, I can just pick into this freely? Yeah, I'm not trespassing or anything. Okay. It is illegal to look in here. Wow, I got it in one. 6 gold. Guide to Cheydinhal. Okay. Anything else? Nope. Let's head on back. Check the upper levels. Hey, the creamy man's back.
My feet are killing me.
Ooh. People be snoozing. Yeah. This Grigori person is not here. I guess we could check the dungeon? Maybe they're here? I don't know.
How can I help you?
Hello?
What can I do for you, sir?
Have you seen this Grigori guy? Rumors?
I can't believe it. The Grey Prince has been beaten. There's a new arena grand champion now. Someone called the Spellslinger.
Okay. How about visiting a prisoner?
I suppose I have to. Keep your hands to yourself in there. I'll be right next to you the whole time.
What? Who am I visiting here?
Don't get too close to the prisoners.
Okay. What prisoners?
I haven't got all day.
Ain't no prisoners down here. What are you talking about?
Prisoners may not accept gifts.
What's going on?
Close to the prisoners.
There's no prisoners. Are you aware of the fact that there are 0 prisoners
Don't get
here?
too close to the prisoners.
Okay, I'm not. God, there's not even any in there, dude.
I haven't got all day.
Okay, I'm leaving. God. So I suppose I have to. God, I thought that was him again. Don't get too close to the prisoners. I don't have all day. He's so fucking mad. Okay. Sure, let's go over to the Knights of the Thorn and see if they've got anything cool going on.
Afternoon.
Over here.
Well met.
Right. Out to the Nibene Basin. You can regain your health, magicka, and fatigue quickly by waiting or sleeping. As long as there are no enemies around.
Hi there.
Okay. Let's see. What do you have to say? Mavrina Arano.
If you want to buy a horse, go inside and talk to Tovis.
Okay. What do you think of that
If
gate?
the gods don't do something about the Oblivion Gate soon, I'm leaving town. It's not safe here.
They said the same thing to
Be
me.
seeing you.
Okay. What's going up here? Sure. Now, here's the entry point. And there's no way to enter. God, they really showed up on their front doorstep. Oh, maybe this is Grigori. I've come upon an Oblivion Gate dominating the landscape outside the walls of Cheydinhal. A few Cheydinhal guards seem to be patrolling its perimeter. I should approach one of them and see if I can render any assistance. Ho there, Cheydinhal guards.
I advise you to keep your
Grigori.
distance from that accursed portal.
Okay. Well, what's up with this accursed portal?
Haven't you heard about these gates to Oblivion opening up all over Tamriel?
Yeah, I have. No, can you tell me about them? No, actually, can you tell me about this?
Well, not much to say, really. These gates to other places, well, it's very hard to explain. I'm not sure I even understand it. I hear tell that the
His ass has never heard of a portal.
And invade our lands. It's sort of a door to the world where they live. Haven't seen it myself, and don't intend to. Being this close to one makes me nervous. The good news is nothing's come out since Farwill entered.
Okay, tell me a rumor real quick.
I hope Otessa is taking care of herself. She's a gifted healer. She spends all her time helping others.
Okay. Can I persuade you at all?
Certainly.
No, I cannot. Tell me about this Farwill individual.
About 2 days ago, Count Indaris' son, Farwill, entered the Oblivion Gate with 6 other men. We haven't heard from them since then. The Count fears the worst, and has posted guards here so we can watch and see if anyone comes back out. And so far, nothing. At this point, Count Indaris is offering a reward for the recovery of his son from inside the gate, or confirmed news of his demise. If you find him, or the rest of the Knights of the Thorn, get them out of there. I'm sure the Count would also be pleased if the gate was closed.
Okay, tell me about the Knights of the Thorn.
New to these parts, eh? The Knights of the Thorn
yeah,
are a
sure
bunch
am.
of rabble who fancy themselves true knights. Farwill formed the group around 2 years ago. They make grand boasts and talk a good talk, but that's all they are. The real work goes to us, the city guard. I hate to speak ill of them, as something horrible may have happened. But their own bravado got them into this mess.
Yeah, I see what you mean. It seems as if you, the city guard, are not actually in there doing any of the protecting, any of the solving of this problem. You're just patrolling around looking at it with your thumbs up your asses. Well, why is this behavior tolerated, is all we can say.
It's tolerated because Farwill is the Count's son. Plain and simple. He has the power and the coin to put it all together. Most of the time, they lounge around the tavern drinking and making up stories of epic battles with impossible odds that they won. It's all garbage. They never patrol. They never help fight off the occasional bandit that slips into the city. Ah, well, I've said too much already.
That carries so much more water with Farwill reading as like this spoiled rich kid, like playing it being a vigilante or whatever, when there's not a gigantic Oblivion Gate and they're the only ones who have gone inside, and we just heard about the Cheydinhal guard being incredibly corrupted, right? Okay, tell me about the Knights of the Thorn again.
There are 7 of them, including Farwill. Even though they're a nuisance, I still hope they haven't been hurt. Or worse.
Turned into Daedra? Tell me about the gate.
There's only one way to remove that gate. Venture inside, find the gate sigil stone, and take it. Once you have it, the gate should be closed. From what I hear, you'll appear back where you entered, safe and sound.
Well, suddenly Grigori knows all about Oblivion Gates. At first, he's not even sure how the fuck a portal even works. He can barely wrap his fucking mind around the concept of a portal. Probably barely even understands how his own front fucking door works. Doesn't even know how to really get back into the city after he's left, right? He just lives out here now. He went outside the city. The reason why he's patrolling around the gate? He doesn't know how to get back in. Tell me more about the gate.
We will remain out here until the gate is either closed or something emerges from inside. We need to warn Cheydinhal of impending attacks.
Okay, and what of Farwill?
Farwill is a Dunmer.
Oh.
His shield should bear the crest of the Knights. Nothing but the best for the Count's son.
He's dead now, too. Okay, sure.
Tread carefully. I don't know what evil lurks within that gate.
I think we know exactly what kind of evil. I think it's demons. I think demons are in there. Have any of them come out? Oh. Oh yeah, here they are.
You'll never take me down!
Whew. A little spicy there. Nope, he got back up. Let's see, Daedric Battle Axe, Daedra Heart, sure. Well, I guess we'll head on in. Let's do a quick save. If they die, they die. Whatever happens, happens. We'll try our best to save them, but I don't want to save scum in the event that they get obliterated. I've stepped through the Oblivion Gate outside of Cheydinhal and now find myself in the dreaded plane of Oblivion itself. My only chance to destroy the gate and return home would be obtaining the sigil stone in this plane citadel. I should make my way there now. How weird and introductory this all reads as, you know? Hey, is this one I haven't been in before? What the hell? This one looks very different. Yeah, I don't think I've been in this one at all. Okay. Well, Fallen Knight of the Thorn. I'll take that. A steel short sword. I'll take that too. Okay. Cool. Well, how do you get down now? Might have traversed this? Squeeze through here? Keep your head on a swivel there, creamy man. Okay. Yeah, having a clue as to how we're meant to properly get down here. Okay, well, let's see here. Let me get my staff of worms. There we go. Great. Okay. Guess we'll just jump down this way. Big old rocks and stuff. Good. Anything else around here? Looks like there's kind of a path, maybe? Oh, got a titty spider here. Good. Yeah, it's gotta be said the vampirism has really worked out in my favor. Door to the bowels. I guess we'll go through. Okay. Oh. Oh shit, the creamy man is running through. Okay. Mithril gauntlets, longsword of the blaze. Thank you. I'll take all that. Damn, he is flying through this shit. Okay, got some money in that. More good stuff there. May as well take the Harada. Okay, down again. Oh, there's a shirtless man, a fallen knight of the thorn. The steel longsword. Why'd he come in naked? Okay. Ooh, a butt. Sure. We'll have to be on the lookout for a Knight of the Thorn who had their butt extracted from their body. Oh, hey, the creamy man's back. Oh, God, you've brought a friend. Help me, shirtless man, uponst the ground. Whew. He fucking did nothing. He just kind of writhed around a bit. Okay. There we go. That definitely did the trick that time. Alright. Sure. Oh, look out! No! God, he's strong as hell! He's the most powerful man alive! Look at that! His little dollop of cream stopped a gigantic boulder from crushing us. Oh wait, actually they're like set pieces on a Star Trek episode. Right? Fucking Captain Kirk is about to deliver the double-fisted pounding to a reptilian Gorm man or whatever. Gorn. Okay. Sure. Take all these. Good. There's a dry guy here. Good. Okay. Damn, there are a bunch. Oh, shit. Double down. What's the creamy man doing? Still with us. Oh, getting smackaroonied by a plant. Oh, another fallen knight of the thorn. Oh shit, that Gordon had like a wild foot fetish. Took their boots right off. What's going on? Okay. Sure, there's another interior here. And fallen knight of the thorn, I re-enlist your help. Come aid me. Into the bowels we go. God, Staff of Worms is so shit now. Okay. Oh, God, it's a big old, oh no, suck-a-suck. Okay. Jeez, look at her butt rippling and vibrating all over. Okay. I'll take all that spider shit. Down here, flesh pod. Another pod. Okay, Harada root. There's a goatee Gordon down here. Lovely. Take that pick. Something else down here too. Ooh. Another butt. Perfect. Watch yourself there, creamy man. There's danger afoot. Cool. There's another hole there, but I think that one goes to certain doom. Oh, there's a Gordon. Let me wield my sword here. Not much magicka in them. Good. Okay, over here. Great. Take all that. I think that's a full clear now, down here. Okay. Now this way. And we'll have a peek around. I've located Farwell and one other survivor of his group. They look wounded and shaken. I should speak to them and learn what's happened here.
It's about time someone got here. What took you so long?
Okay. Well, it's a big gate. I had to battle my way down here. How'd you all get down here with so many enemies still?
I set out with the rest of the knights to dispatch this blemish on the face of our fine world. When we arrived, we were overwhelmed. I myself was able to kill perhaps 200 of them, but they just kept coming. Only Bremen and I remain alive. However, with you here now, we can take the sigil stone from that citadel and complete our quest for the good of all Cheydinhal. Huzzah!
Huzzah! Okay, well, let's get you out of here.
Are you mad? A Knight of the Thorn never returns home until the mission is done. It's our way. Now, in my father's name as Count Indary of Cheydinhal, I order you to lead me to that sigil stone. I suggest we use the Raymond sweep formation. You'll assault and we'll guard the rear flank. Onward and upward. Huzzah!
Huzzah! Tell me about your order. Your knightly order, the Knights of the Thorn.
We are knights sworn to uphold the laws of Cheydinhal. We fear no being, and we strike fast and true as lightning. Many wish to join our ranks, as we are of the highest echelon. Only a select few may join the finest force ever to grace the lands of Cyrodiil. Until now, we numbered only 7, but attacked like a regiment. Our enemies quake at our approach and falter at our charge. Huzzah!
Okay. How about... I'm surprised that they gave this guy new VO. relative to his father, who I would actually rate Farwell Indaris as more of an iconic character than Indaris Sr., you know? Okay, tell me more about the gate.
The sigil stone for this Oblivion Gate is the key. As soon as we have it, we shall rid Cheydinhal of its existence.
All right, good talk. Can I persuade you any?
Of
I can't.
course. The path is yours. Lead on.
How about you, Bremen Senyin?
Even if Farwell doesn't say it, we appreciate that you're here.
Okay, tell me more about Farwell.
Don't judge Farwell too harshly. Most of what he says is fabricated, but he's young and therefore quite brash and inexperienced. All he wants to do is please his father. I've known him since he was a lad, and fighting to defend Cheydinhal is in his heart. I just wish his heart was bigger than his hubris.
Wait, how old are you supposed to be? Okay, tell me about the gate.
I'm sure you wish to hear the real story rather than Farwell's version. Not long after the gate opened, Farwell decided an assault was in order. We charged inside and promptly met resistance. 3 of us were cut down in the first wave. We pressed on, at Farwell's behest. At the base of the citadel, we met a larger second wave of foes. We lost 2 more in that skirmish, as well as Farwell and I being wounded badly. It was at this point we considered retreat. We found the way back blocked by more Daedra, so we were stuck here until rescued by you. It's just like Farwell to leap before he looks. Had we brought a City Watch contingent, we might have taken the Sigil Stone with minimal losses. Instead, Farwell wanted to prove his point. The City Watch and the Knights of the Thorn are always at odds. They think we don't have what it takes, and Farwell wanted to show them. Perhaps we're all to blame. But that's not important right now. We must complete our journey and get that stone. Please help us.
Part of me wonders if, you know, the situation with Kvatch and all of that, if there was a version of Oblivion where not only each one of these cities had the guaranteed Oblivion Gate that could spawn outside of it, not only would it be also the case that they would all have some sort of quest involved where the people who live there in some way try to mount an attack or defense against the gate. But so too could they lose, right? And the city be forever changed or even just destroyed like Kvatch, you know? And maybe they just decide, maybe that's a little too intense, right? We got so much questing in these towns, right? Okay.
Let's keep moving.
Farwell?
Lead on to victory for the Knights of the Thorn. Oh, and you too, of course.
He's so quiet.
The path is yours. Lead on.
And that wasn't, I don't even know. Is that because of like the audio?
Lead on to victory.
Huh.
The path is yours. Lead on to victory for the Knights of the Thorn. Oh, and you too, of course.
I think it might just be an issue of audio balancing, right? Like they should have ran that through some sort of compressor or whatever and get the audio like in parity with the rest of everything. Okay. Let's see. Got Scamp Skin. Is that any good? Not these days. Okay. I'm gonna fire off some shit at that Dremora out there. Uh-oh. Okay. Oh shit! How can it be? I'm supposed to be immune! Oh god! Okay.
I fought mud crabs more fiercer than you. I fought mud crabs more fiercer than you.
Whew. Okay, do I have a means to heal them back up? Do they need that? I don't know if I can heal them back up. Yeah, do I have a heal other? No, because I was using that as part of our one ability. Yeah, I only have heal self. Yeah, we had it through the Knights of the Nine equipment, huh? Okay. I can't remember in the original run, did I... He just died. Yeah, he just died, okay. Sure. Well, let's take the medallion. Fortify Speechcraft, 15 points. There we go. Yeah, I can't recall if we had saved them all in the original run or not. Okay. Sure. Can I talk to you about that?
To victory for the
No, okay.
The path is yours. Lead on.
Let's see, up and over and around here, around the back. There is this other tower here. I feel like we ought to check it. There we go. Good. Got a titty spider over there. Great. Any other types out here? There are. There's a dry guy too. Good. I don't know, maybe Farwill heals up automatically. Unlike Bremen or whatever. I feel like he's liable to fall over dead any second now, though. Okay. Good. Okay. I do want to actually look inside that one tower, though. Okay, anything else? Damn, we got some more over here. Titty spider here as well. As well as, I think, a dry guy in the back. Great. Okay. Anything else around here? I think we're fine.
I'm on yours. Hit me once more and I'll kill you.
Did I kill him? Did I kill him? Farwell has been slain. I should take his signet ring from his body to the Count of Cheydinhal as proof of his son's demise. Farwell has died by my hands. Count Indaris will be extremely upset that this has transpired. I fear I may have ruined the good deed my quest represented. He may have gotten hit. Look, the Count doesn't need to know. Why does the Count need to know? I don't think he does. Okay, let's head over here. Let's backtrack around. Here we go. And let's go seek out that one little area. Look, I think whatever happened the first time through, when we played this way back in the day, did I save him? Did I not save him? Who can say? What I can say is, I'm almost positive I didn't kill him. So by virtue of that, I think we're gonna see some new shit. Okay, let's head on into this tower, see what's inside. Good. Anything good? Absorb maximal magicka. Whoa. Void salts I'll take. Let's head on up. Do I need to do any repairs? I do. Okay. Great. I do think that they have like a minor quest, right? The Knights of the Thorn. If you save them. Or if you come by Cheydinhal and talk to them beforehand, right? They have some sort of a minor quest for you. I vaguely remember that. Which, I guess by that token, I've probably saved them in the past. At least Farwell. Okay, up here. Potion of Sorcery. Canopy Helmet. Resist magic, 13% on self. Greater Soul Trap Tome. I guess I'll take it. Search this pod? Yeah, I must have. Alright, let's head back down. Over here. Bribing someone is often the best way to get information. Okay. Stash my weapon so we go a bit faster. Great. And then once we do a full loop, we'll head for the main area there. Okay. Is this maybe a unique Plane of Oblivion exclusive to the gate outside Cheydinhal? Because it is kind of amazing that we haven't seen it yet. Given how many we have gone into already. Okay. Got some over here. Okay, have I checked this person's bod? I have not. Got a scamp there too. Look, these guys are back out. They respawn already. Is that what that is? Man, its tracking is pretty good there. Man, how many hits can this guy eat? Shit. Let's see. An unenchanted Daedric bow. Dismiss undead, Dremora longsword. Oh, the barbed arrows. Did I get a few of those stuck in me? I must have. Yeah. Man, 9 of them. Let's drop them. That shit's heavy. Okay. There is that little islet right there. I could maybe be bothered to check that. Let's see real quick. Do a quick save, just in case. There anything here? I don't don't think so at all. Okay. Sure. Let's do a full run around the central tower here. Okay. Seems like there's nothing of interest. Yeah. We could check this. I don't think I'd come out here. Good. Do you think we'll have a choice in whether or not we tell the Count that I killed his son? Right? Do you think I'll have a choice, or do I always have to tell him that I did it? Okay. Because, I mean, you know, if we have to tell the Count that we killed his son, we may as well just embellish and say, like, yeah, I killed him. He was so fucking annoying. I just pushed him into the lava. There's lava in there, by the way. And I pushed him into it. Okay. Good. I'm in cahoots with, like, the town guard or whatever. It was a plot. It was an inside job. Whew. What a pain. Okay. Let's proceed on in. Rending halls. Good. Now, is the interior of this tower going to be any different? Or is this going to be quite similar to what we're accustomed to? Okay. Good. Flame ring. Resist fire on self 100%. My god. I'll take it just for fun. Alright, let's head on up here.
Feel this. That's okay.
Disintegrate armor. No, thank you. Proceed on up here. Just one dude in this room? Looks like it. Oh, fuck, I'm silenced. Okay. Head on up through this. Good, good, good. And what have we got here? Any more of them? We may want to crank up the damage on Bardal's Judgment. Either that or the AoE or both of them, you know? Because it's definitely lacking a bit relative to other stuff. Relative to our On Touch. Which, you know, it'll always cost a bit more magicka. Okay. Up here. Yeah, look at this. There we go. Another necklace of sea walking. I feel like that's the most common random loot I've found so far. Somebody's mangled ass body trying to get some healing. Okay. Crack this thing open. You know what I gotta say? When you crack open those doors to these Dremora towers in Oblivion, it sounds really good. It sounds so satisfying. I bet it feels so good for the door. Okay, 73 gold. That's it. Okay, let's head on back in. Great. There we are. Anything good here? Nah. Whew, big old chopper. Or a rammer. Alright, let's head on up here. All the way at the final stage now. I wonder if there's any other gates that we haven't been through, except for like the main story quest ones at this point. Oh god, titty spiders are all over. Greaves of spell consumption. Maybe I'll equip them. We're leveling light armor anyway. Right? My current greaves don't really do anything. Yeah, why not? Let's see. So now what's my total spell absorb? 90. Okay. Do I have a ring that accomplishes the same thing? I don't think so. Right? No. Unfortunately. Okay, how about here? 620 something gold. Is it just a titty spider in this area? Oh no, there's a Dremora. I noticed as well, like the, like SFX, the like particle effect or whatever of the explosion is often incorrect relative to where like the ground blast occurs for the ranged on target spells at least. Right now it's not too bad, but sometimes it gets real rough. Good. Anything you got? Nah, not really. Okay. Let's take this. We'll have to check what our sigil stones are that we've gotten this time are. If you get into a fight with a friend, you can yield to them to stop the combat by holding block and interacting with that character. There's the creamy man. Good. Okay, so let me check this. What all did we get? Show me the deets. Fortify fatigue. Chameleon 30%. I guess that's okay. Light on self. Fortify agility. Man, these are some bad ones. These are some real rough ones. I guess the chameleon stuff is alright if you want to go that route. I actually don't really enjoy it. Right? Same as it was way back in the day. I feel like the chameleon situation, it's a common like practice just get your chameleon all the way up to like a hundo, and you just run by enemies or get like guaranteed stealth attacks no matter what, have 100% chameleon constant effect. I like seeing my character, my little arms, even if I'm playing in first person, right? I like it. It gives me necessary audio-visual feedback, right? It makes everything that much more satisfying. It's never been my cup of tea. Okay. Let's see over here. Should I go into the lodge? Oh, I can't. Okay. Well, Aetherius itself mourns the loss of, whatever his name was. The Count's son. Whoever the hell that guy was. And the other one. And the 5 others as well that died. Right, there were mind you, there were like 6 of them. Plus the Count's son. Okay. Here we are. Ho there.
State your business.
Tell me a rumor.
I can't believe it. The great prince has been beaten.
It's true.
He's seeing you.
Let's head on in here. So who do we meet with? The Count himself? Do you get like a fun, unique item if you save them? I bet you do. But it's not one that I remember off the top of my head, so maybe it's not that worth it. You know? Maybe.
Good evening.
Okay, up and around here.
You've got some nimble fingers. What have you been getting into?
Over this way. And then... Golly, I continually have such a tough time finding the Cheydinhal castle. It's up on a hill. Yeah, here we go. Great. Okay. Am I still tracking the quest? Maybe I don't have it anymore. Oh yeah, it's completed. Okay. Well, let's definitely meet with the Count. Either way. Will he be present? Presiding over the area? No. Okay, well then let's wait for... 6 hours. I think 9 a.m. was about spot on. Or when we had met with them previously. Ah, there they are.
Yes?
Where's Grigori gone, by the way?
Well met.
Count's bodyguard.
Something to report?
Yeah, his son died. Tell me a rumor, though.
They say that the Oblivion Gates have opened outside cities, all across Tamriel. Gods preserve us.
Okay.
You too.
Garrus?
What do you want?
And tell me a rumor.
Devera Ramallan is sure proud of the Newlands Lodge. I think she's especially happy that the Red Queen drinks there.
The Red Queen.
Goodbye.
All right. What's up,
You
Count?
have some nerve addressing me after slaying my son.
How does he
You're
know?
lucky I didn't have you executed on the spot. Now, get out of my sight.
Come on, how does he know? How does he even know?
You have some nerve addressing me.
Okay, hang on. Maybe I can love bomb him, too. Maybe I can love bomb him. Let's give it a shot.
You have some nerve addressing me
Doesn't
after
work.
slaying my son.
Okay, well, what can you do? How did it get out? Was it fucking Lord Dagon who told him? What's going on? How did he know? Everyone in there died and got sucked. Everyone except the Creamy Man. Right? Even though the Creamy Man was dead when it happened. And hasn't yet been resuscitated. Somehow, he gleaned off of the Creamy Man's internal workings what truly happened. That's the only explanation. Okay. Well, you win some, you lose some.
How are you today?
And he lost his son. He lost his only son. All right, that you know, that's sometimes that's just the way the scrib jelly crumbles. Okay, let's see. Let's head over to Ooh, which one was it? Well, you know what? Yeah, let's get our Cyrodiilic brandy turned in. Yeah, summon a faded wraith. Oh, Sanguine wanted the Cyrodiilic brandy. Jeez and Pete. Who will sell me a faded wraith to summon, though? That's something to... Yeah, here. While we're right in front of the Mages Guild, let's see if anyone sells it here. I think it was at Coral, right, that they sold that.
Hail.
Hail.
Gate may be closed, but some say you slew the Count's son in the process. Is this what defines a hero?
Who is saying this? Who is saying this? You think I'm some sort of child son-killing patricidal or regicidal maniac? Come on. Tell me a rumor.
Hey, you're the one they call the hero of Kvatch, aren't you? The one that closed the Oblivion Gate and saved the city?
That's right. Now that's more fucking like it. Okay, can I barter?
The finest goods and lowest prices in all Cyrodiil.
You know, that would have been a pretty decent inroad to the Dark Brotherhood. What we did there. Okay, how many like restorative potions have I got? I still got a good chunk. Probably time to sell off, right? Probably time to be real and sell off these restore fatigue ones, though. I'm simply not gonna fucking use them. Maybe even the restore health. Yeah, maybe I sell off a good chunk of them. Ooh, I don't have enough money for it. Okay. Is there someone who I can meet with in town who's like, thank God you killed him. Thank God someone had the balls to do it. Someone actually had what it took to stand up for the rest of us to put Farwill under a fucking pile of dirt. That's who I need to meet with. Okay. That'll do. Anything else here? There are all these, like, strong potions of sorcery as well, which do weigh quite a lot. Let me get rid of some of these here. Oh my gosh, they are also quite valuable.
Thank you for your patronage.
Okay.
Be
Goodbye.
seeing you.
Dietsan.
I'm Dietsan, magician, Mages Guild, that is.
Let's see, you do training? Tell me a rumor?
The Mages Guild has been attacked by necromancers. This proves they can't be trusted.
Oh my gosh, Dietsan, I thought you loved the Mages Guild. Come on, I'm the Archmage. Come on, Dietsan.
Pay attention, and you can learn a lot.
Alteration. Nah, we really should hold off and look for...
Good day.
Some marksman training, right?
Are you not feeling well? It's my pleasure. Please continue.
Let's see. Tell me a rumor.
Dietsan must be the happiest Mages Guild member in all of Tamriel. I think it was always his dream to join.
What are you talking about, Trayvon? in multiple accounts, what you've just said doesn't make any fucking sense to me. Can we do some spell purchasing? You don't happen to know how to... No. Okay. Very well.
Bye.
How about you, Erwin? I guess I could
Always
recharge.
Keep your magical equipment charged.
Go.
Bye.
That was a fun little point in time to interrupt her sentence.
I'm Magician Orentor.
Okay, Orentor. Tell me a rumor?
Someone removed those gauntlets from the chapel in Coral. I wonder how they managed it. May I interest you in some of my fine wares?
You don't have anything, my friend. You don't have anything. Yeah, this is Garbo.
Bye.
Bye. Let's head down around this way. Good. People like you more if you have a high personality. And you don't kill their only living son. Okay. Let's see. So how can we perhaps get over to Coral before I forget? Because is it not Coral that has all the good conjuration stuff? Let's see here. Let's wait 12 hours. And we'll go investigate that. That way we can get the Faded Wraith before I forget we need it. Because it'll be just my luck we come across a vendor who sells the Faded Wraith. Let's see. In your dream, you see a beautiful young woman holding an infant to her breast. It is only as you draw near that you realize the woman is a desiccated corpse and the child is purple and bloated, dying of plague. As mother and child crumble to dust, you awaken. Maybe I've read that one before. Okay. Watch what you pick up. People don't like it when you steal their goods. Okay. Rickety Mine, Kamen. Let's head into Coral. Oh god, they're gonna have a gate too that we should close down, huh? Such is the way of these things, I guess. Okay. I'll yoke these up. Let's see, where's the Mages Guild over here?
I've seen the Brions and their dogs.
Odd folks, the way they dote on those dogs. They're not hurting anyone, though, so it's no concern of mine.
I've heard others say the same.
Bye.
Good day.
Odd folks, the way they dote on those dogs. Okay. Illusion magic has, well, we'll never know.
I
Custa
used to
Scribonia.
admire you, but it turns out you're just a sinner like all the rest of us.
Yeah, I guess so. I killed that dude's child.
Be seeing you.
Okay, be seeing you too. Okay. Let's see. Let's chill out here for 9 hours. There we go. Do I have infamy now? I bet I do.
Is that...
I bet that's what that was. Let's see. Nern roots, jokes told, necks bitten, days as a vampire. Oh. Oh yeah, I've got 2 points of infamy. Okay.
Everything
Surprised
all right?
only 2.
You look a bit ill.
And Galma, I'm a fucking vampire, dude.
I used to think you were a hero, a holy knight and all that. I guess I should have known better.
You should have. You should have, you dumb asshole. Okay. Tell me about Coral.
I hope the guard can hold off the Daedra, but you think about what happened to Kvatch, and you can't help but worry.
Yeah, it'll happen here too. Fortunately, the Daedra were all very kind, and all of the fresh gates that just cropped up, they're all outside of every city. Real lucky.
Let's get to training. Only quality goods for sale here. What can I interest you in?
Anything else I want here? I don't think so.
Anything
Farewell.
I can do, I am
Custa Scribonia has finished a new book. Nothing that interests me.
Damn, everybody's out here chilling.
I've liked some of Scribonia's work. Haven't read everything, though. It's
Hello?
my pleasure. Please continue.
Let's see. Can
Have a
I
look
buy...
around. You won't find better prices than
Ah,
all
Faded
Tamriel.
Wraith. Perfect. It's exactly what I want. Dismiss undead. Turn undead. Do I want to be turning undead? I don't know. I think I do want to command creatures, though. I should learn that here while I have the opportunity. You know what? Should I learn all of these? Maybe I should. Right? All of the different, like, major creatures? Yeah, let's get Flame Atronak, Frost, Clanfear, Dremora. These others, Zombie and Skeleton.
Thank you. Come again.
Zombies and skeletons are not fun.
Goodbye.
Once you've had one, you've had them all. Okay. Not that I ever intend to use them over Gordon, but, you know, for my collection. Good. It bothers me so much that Storm Atronach doesn't begin with the letter F. That way it could be next to the other ones, right? It should say, summon Atronach, comma, or parentheticals, Flamefrost Storm. Okay, well, that'll do. Hello, Albrecht.
Good day. I offer the
Spells
finest goods
have you
and
got?
lowest prices in all Cyrodiil.
Command, Life Detect, Ease Burden, Repulse Undead. Ugh, so repulsive. Let's get Ease Burden. I don't think we have
Another
feather spell.
You too.
Hi there.
Contumeliorius Florius. Oh, you do enchanting. Tell me a rumor.
Good thing I joined the Mages Guild when I did. There's nothing better than enchanting your own clothes.
What do you mean, when you did?
Always keep your magical equipment charged.
What do you do with your hands, man? This is looking a little wild.
care.
Okay. Hey, Tikius.
A pleasure to speak with you.
Tell me a rumor.
I heard there is a good smith in Coral.
Really?
You too.
Okay. I mean, you live here. You don't even know their name? Okay, let's head on out. Should we go close the Coral Gate real fast? I don't think this one has any associated quests. I'm pretty sure it'll be a dupe.
Oh, hello.
What?
That Honditar sure knows his way around this area. Have you spoken with him recently?
I spoke to him recently. He really knows his way around. Knows every tree, rock, and cave in the area.
Yes.
I lived in the Imperial City for a while, but
How
city
about
life just
mixing
isn't
up
for
some
me.
potions?
I'm
You
much
look like
happier
quite
in
the
Coral.
alchemist.
I hear you.
Heard any news from the other provinces?
I understand. How do you do?
Okay, let's get out of here.
Alvin, please help.
Yeah, let's go close the... Oh, hang on. Let's help him out. Let's fix him up. Let's fix him up. Let's see. Fix him up.
I'm saving up enough for some medicine.
Okay, tell me a rumor.
There's a man at the Coral Chapel living in the Undercroft. I heard he's dying of something.
Lazy Caslewin, don't talk like that. I heard you were dying of something too. All right, here, have a coin.
Thank you, kind sir.
Good times,
Blessings
citizen.
of Mystara upon ye.
Hello. Casta Scribonia, do you ever...
Hello. I'm Casta Scribonia, the writer, author of Woman Gone Wild.
Okay, tell me about Coral.
Our Countess will never let Coral fall to the Daedra. Oblivion Gates be damned.
Oh, should we speak with the Countess? Yeah, maybe. Tell me a rumor.
Hey, you're the one they call the hero of Kvatch, aren't you?
Yeah, that's right, that's right.
Goodbye.
Okay. Yeah, let's go to the castle real fast. Does the Countess, like, legitimately have, like, a proper quest here to close it? I don't think so. We may get some unique dialogue, though, that I've never heard. I've definitely never gone through the trouble to speak with every Count and Countess, specifically when they're besieged. Hello?
You're
Countess
a fit
Ariana
one.
Valga?
Been running a lot.
That's all I do.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Countess Valga of Coral. I wish I had time to chat, but I'm afraid I'm in the middle of an investigation.
Okay, well, tell me about Coral.
I've warned my people to stay inside the walls and put my guard on full alert. There's nothing else we can do.
Okay, well, tell me a rumor?
It's curious. Skingrad's people scarcely ever set eyes on the Count, but he's apparently loved and respected by all his subjects.
And how about Akato?
As the head of the Elder Council, High Chancellor Okato is the de facto ruler of the Empire for the time being.
Okay. Sure. Do I want to buy a house in town just yet? Nah, I don't think so. We'll hold off. Alright. Laze Waverick.
A pleasure to meet you again.
Oh, I did. Yeah, I know you. Okay, tell me a rumor.
I could be wrong, but it seems to me there's something shady going on at the Oak Encrosure.
Okay.
Fare thee well.
Let's head on out. We'll go close this gate. Make sure our weapons are repaired too, I guess. Just as the load screen reminds. There we are. Good. And over here, head back out. Depleting an opponent's fatigue using physical attacks staggers them. Sure. And then, well, we don't even see the gate yet on our map. But hey, it's right in front of everything. Okay. Cool. Look, there's a try guy right there too. Okay. Let me do a quick save in case my AoE blasting hits any of the horses or whatever. Oh dear. Close that real quick. Will the guards come over and assist? Oh shit, there's just one guard. There he goes! Oh, there's someone. Who is that? Is that the stable master? I think so. Oh, fuck.
Am I supposed to be impressed?
To be impressed.
Shit, who's this guy with his fists of fury?
Let's get this over with.
Good. Kellen? Do you also work at the stables?
I used to think you were a hero. A holy knight and all that. I guess I should have known better.
Okay, tell me a rumor.
Northern Goods and Trade is an excellent place to buy supplies. Farewell.
What's up with you?
If you are looking to buy a horse, go inside and talk to Bongond.
Bongond. Tell me a rumor.
Did you hear that Dharma has disappeared? Farewell.
Anything on this dry guy? Look, even in the rain, dude looks dry as hell. Okay, well, let's head on up here. Shut down this gate real quick. Anything else cool or around here before we head in? Oh yeah, look. Rip the top right off. Hey, look, there goes the Black Horse Courier. What is this? Oh dear, I'm stuck. Okay, well, let's enter. Open. Yeah, we're familiar with this type. Okay. Let's get some speed going. Let's see. There we are. Okay. Good. We'll enter from here, head up top. Ugh, fuck off. Fuck off down there. Fuck you. Okay. Alright. Activate that. Activate this. Head through there. Perfect. Now this is the one where we had learned if we want to really see some shit, we jump down the middle, right? Okay. Potion of healing. Yeah, isn't it right down here? Oh shit! Whoa! Did I hit the big beam? I must have hit the big ass beam. Okay. Shit, how did I avoid it before? Okay. This time for real. Oh, the Punished is here. Okay. Let's try this. Good. And this goes to the rending halls. Perfect. Let me take this further up. Uh-oh. This is the wrong one. Ooh, it might be. Okay. Oh, no, this is fine. Let's see, let me get, as well, some more speed. Cool. Open around here. Oh, check these. Boots of shock resist. Meh. Daedric War Axe. Heading on up this way. Good. Take a Magicka pot. Okay. Little silly pitter-patter of our feet as we're running around with the light armor. I think they've only got it set up to sound like leather or something like cloth. Despite the fact that I think there's more light armor in the game that is some form of like metal, or at least a hard surface. Okay.
I banish you.
Okay, over here. Base Ring of Blunt Force. Fortified Blunt, 6 points. It's ass, man. Dagger of Winter. There we are. Good. Almost thought I was about to fly into the beam of death at the center again. I thought I was about to jump right into it. Okay. There we go. Phew. Toasty. Alright. Well, holy shit. Another one dealt with. What all did we get? Did we get anything cool? Shit, we got a dupe. Which means it's probably a bad one, yeah. Light on self? Oh man, you're killing me. These are rough. Alright, well, let's take some shelter inside of this building from the tyranny of the sun. And I think we'll call it here for now. Right, when next we return, maybe we'll summon a Faded Wraith for somebody and we'll go check in on Sanguine Shrine, right? However, of course, if you'd like to stick around, we will be doing a little bit of reading. And what are we reading this time? But how about Report Disaster at Ionith? Right, we had touched on it briefly in our reading of the collection of A Brief History of the Empire, the anthology. Right, so why not this next? Lord knows we've been carrying it around for quite some time. It's a sizable length of a read, right? 36 pages. If you'll excuse me, I am going to take a quick drink here. Apologies. All right. Report of the Imperial Commission on the disaster at Ionith. Lord Potreed, Chairman. Part 1. Preparations. The Emperor's plans for the invasion of Akavir were laid in the 270s, when he began the conquest of the small island kingdoms that lie between Tamriel and Akavir. With the fall of Black Harbor in Ezroniet in 282, Uriel V was already looking ahead to the ultimate prize. Right, and remember, as we had read in the brief history, this is, well, I guess also as the title alludes to, This is when things don't go particularly well. He immediately ordered extensive renovations to the port, which would serve as the marshalling point for the invasion force, and as the main supply source throughout the campaign. At this time, he also began the construction of many large ocean-going transports that would be needed for the final crossing to Akavir, in which the Navy was previously deficient. Thus, it can be seen that the Emperor's preparations for the invasion were laid well in advance, before even the conquest of Esroniet was complete, and was not a sudden whim, as some have charged. When Prince Bashamon yielded Esroniet to Imperial authority in 284, the Emperor's full attention could be devoted to planning for the Akaviri campaign. Naval expeditions were dispatched in 285 and 286 to scout the sea lanes and coastlands of Akavir, and various Imperial intelligence agents, both magical and mundane, were employed to gather information. On the basis of all this information, the kingdom of Seishi, in the southwest of Akavir, was selected as the initial target for the invasion. Meanwhile, the Emperor was gathering his expeditionary force. A new Far East fleet was created for the campaign, which, for a time, dwarfed the rest of the Navy. It is said to be the most powerful fleet ever assembled in the history of Tamriel. The 5th, 7th, 10th, and 14th Legions were selected for the initial landing, with the 9th and 17th to follow as reinforcements once the beachhead was secured. While this may seem to the layman a relatively small fraction of the army's total manpower, it must be remembered that this expeditionary force would have to be maintained at the end of a long and tenuous supply line. In addition, the Emperor and the army command believed that the invasion would not be strongly opposed, at least at first. Perhaps most crucially, the Navy had only enough heavy transport capacity to move 4 legions at a time. It should be noted here that the Commission does not find the fault with the Emperor's preparations for the invasion. Based on the information available prior to the invasion, which, while obviously deficient in hindsight, great effort had been made to accumulate, the Commission believes that the Emperor did not act recklessly or imprudently. Some have argued that the expeditionary force was too small. The Commission believes that, on the contrary, even if shipping could have been found to transport and supply more legions, an impossibility without crippling the trade of the entire empire, this would have merely added to the scale of the disaster. It would not have averted it. Neither could the rest of the empire be denuded of legions. The memory of the Cameron usurper was still fresh, and the Emperor believed, and this commission agrees, that the security of the empire precluded a larger concentration of military force outside of Tamriel. If anything, the commission believes that the expeditionary force was too large. Despite the creation of 2 new legions during his reign, and the recreation of the 5th, the loss of the expeditionary force left the empire in a dangerously weak position relative to the provinces, as the current situation makes all too clear. This suggests that the invasion of Akavir was beyond the empire's current strength. Even if the emperor could have fielded and maintained a larger force in Akavir, the empire may have disintegrated behind him. Part 2. The invasion of Akavir. The expeditionary force left Black Harbor on 23rd Rain's Hand, 288, and with fair weather landed in Akavir after 6 weeks at sea. The landing site was a small Seishi port at the mouth of a large river, chosen for its proximity to Tamriel as well as its location in a fertile river valley, giving easy access to the interior as well as good foraging for the army. All went well at first. The Seishi had abandoned the town when the expeditionary force approached, so they took possession of it and renamed it Septimia, the first colony of the new imperial province of Akavir. While the engineers fortified the town and expanded the port facilities to serve the Far East fleet, the emperor marched inland with 2 legions. The surrounding land was reported to be rich, well-watered fields, and meeting no resistance, the army took the next city upriver, also abandoned. This was refounded as Ionis, and the Emperor established his headquarters there. Yeah, what was its original name? I guess we don't know the original names of any of this, right? Abandoned town. Okay. The Emperor established his headquarters there, being much larger than Septimia, and better located to dominate the surrounding countryside. The expeditionary force had yet to meet any real resistance, although the legions were constantly shadowed by mounted enemy patrols which prevented any but large scouting parties from leaving the main body of the army. One thing the Emperor sorely lacked was cavalry, due to the limited space on the transport fleet, although for the time being, the battle mages made up with this with magical reconnaissance. The Emperor now sent out envoys to try to contact the Seishi king or whoever ruled this land, but his messengers never returned. In retrospect, the Commission believes that valuable time was wasted in this effort while the army was stalled at Ionis. Why did he decide to send out people to contact the king after he had already started, invading, right? Like to negotiate their surrender or something? They didn't think it was odd that all these towns were abandoned and stuff? Okay. Hubris, maybe. In retrospect, the Commission believes that valuable time was wasted in this effort, while the army was stalled at Ionis, which could have been better spent in advancing quickly while the enemy was still, apparently surprised by the invasion. However, the Emperor believed at the time that the Seishi could be overawed by the Empire's power, and he might win the province by negotiation, with no need for serious fighting. Meanwhile, the four legions were busy, building a road between Septimia and Ionis, setting up fortified guard posts along the river, and fortifying both cities' defenses, activities which would serve them well later. Due to their lack of cavalry, scouting was limited, and communication between the two cities constantly threatened by enemy raiders, with which the legions were still unable to come to grips. So they set it up with the intention of them building the roads themselves? That's so wild. Was there no other city to make landfall at and do it from there? Right? Why would you not pick a city that already had roads set up? Maybe that seemed more difficult to take initially anyway? The original plan had been to bring the two reinforcing legions across as soon as the initial landing had secured a port, but the fateful decision was now taken to delay their arrival and instead begin using the fleet to transport colonists. The Emperor and the Council agreed that due to the complete abandonment of the conquered area by its native population, colonists were needed to work the fields so that the expeditionary force would not have to rely entirely on the fleet for supplies. In addition, unrest had broken out in Ineslia, athwart the supply route to Akavir, and the Council believed the 9th and 17th Legions would be better used in repacifying those territories and securing the expeditionary force's supply lines. The civilian colonists and their supplies began arriving in Septimia in mid-Hearthfire, and they took over the preparation of the fields, which had been started by the legionnaires, for a spring crop. A number of cavalry mounts were also brought over at this time, and the raids on the two imperial colonies subsequently fell off. Seishi emissaries also finally arrived in Ionis, purportedly to begin peace negotiations, and the expeditionary force settled in for what was expected to be a quiet winter. At this time, the Council urged the Emperor to return to Tamriel with the fleet to deal with many pressing matters of the Empire, while the army was in winter quarters. But the Emperor decided it would be best to remain in Akavir. This turned out to be fortunate, because a large portion of the fleet, including the Emperor's flagship, was destroyed by an early winter storm during the homeward voyage. The winter storm, season of 288 to 289, was unusually prolonged and exceptionally severe, and prevented the fleet from returning to Akavir as planned with additional supplies. This was reported to the Emperor via Battle Mage, and it was agreed that the expeditionary force could survive on what supplies it had on hand until the spring. Part 3. The destruction of the expeditionary force. The winter weather in Akavir was also much more severe than expected. Due to the supply problems and the addition of thousands of civilians, the expeditionary force was on tight rations. To make matters worse, the Seishi raiders returned in force and harried any foraging and scouting parties outside the walls to the two cities. Several watch forts on the road between Septimia and Ionith were captured during blizzards, and the rest had to be abandoned as untenable. As a result, communication between the two cities had been conducted entirely by magical means, a continuing strain on the Legion's battle mages. On 5th Sun's Dawn, a large entourage of Seishi arrived at Ionith, claiming to bring a peace offer from the Seishi king. That night, these treacherous envoys murdered the guards at one of the city gates and led in a strong party of their comrades who were waiting outside the city walls. Their clear intention was to assassinate the emperor, foiled by the vigilance and courage of troopers of the 10th who were guarding his palace. Once the alarm was raised, the Seishi inside the city were hunted down and killed to the last man. Needless to say, this was the end of negotiations between the emperor and the Seishi. I like how they're like, yeah, they're treacherous envoys. They murder people. Dog, they're an invading force. They just showed up and started taking over and killing people. They're an occupying, invading force. I mean, of course, as we had mentioned last time, keep in mind that this is written by like the Imperial Commission or whatever, right? They're very obviously biased in one direction. The arrival of spring only brought worse troubles. Instead of the expected spring rains, a hot, dry wind began to blow from the east, continuing with varying strength through the entire summer. The crops failed, and even the river, which in the previous year had been navigable by small boats far upstream of Ionith, was completely dried up by sun's height. It is unknown if this was due to previously unknown weather pattern unique to Akavir, or if the Seishi manipulated the weather through magical means. The Commission leans toward the former conclusion, as there is no direct evidence of the Seishi possessing such fearsome arcane power, but the latter possibility cannot be entirely ruled out. Due to prolonged bad weather, the supply fleet was late in setting out from Black Harbor. It finally left port in early Second Seed, but was again severely mauled by storms and limped into Septimia 8 weeks later, much reduced. Because of the increasingly desperate supply situation in Akavir, the Emperor dispatched most of his battle mage corps with the fleet to assist it in weathering the storms which seemed likely to continue all summer. At this time, the council urged the Emperor to abandon the invasion and to return to Tamriel with the expeditionary force. But he again refused, noting that the fleet was no longer large enough to transport all 4 legions at once. The Commission agrees that leaving 1 or more legions behind in Akavir to await the return of the fleet would have damaged army morale. But the Commission also notes that the loss of 1 legion would have been preferable to the loss of the entire expeditionary force. It is a unanimous opinion. Yeah, I've gotten to like a sunk cost fallacy situation or whatever it's called. It is a unanimous opinion of the Commission that this was the last point at which complete disaster might have been averted. Once the decision was made to send the fleet back for reinforcements and supplies, events proceeded to their inevitable conclusion. From this point on, much less is known about what transpired in Akavir. With most of the battle mages assisting the fleet, communication between the expeditionary force and Tamriel was limited, especially as the situation in Akavir worsened, and the remaining battle mages had their powers stretched to the limit, attending to all the needs of the legions. However, it appeared that the Seishi may also have been actively interfering with the mages in some unknown manner. Some of the mages in Akavir reported their powers being abnormally weak, and the mages of the War College in Cyrodiil, who were handling communications for the Council, reported problems linking up with their compatriots in Akavir, even between master and pupil of long training. The Commission urges that the War College make a particular study of the arcane powers of the Seishi, should the Empire ever come into conflict with Akavir again. What is known is that the Emperor marched out of Ionith in mid-sun's height, leaving only small garrisons to hold the cities. He had learned that the Seishi were massing their forces on the other side of a mountain range to the north, and he intended to smash their army before it could gather full strength and capture their supplies, of which he was in desperate need. This rapid advance seems to have taken the Seishi by surprise, and the expeditionary force crossed the mountains and fell on their camp, routing the Seishi army and capturing its leader, a noble of some kind. But the Emperor was soon forced to retreat, and the legions suffered heavily on their retreat to Ionith. The Emperor now found himself besieged in Ionith, cut off from the small legion garrison at Septimia, which was also besieged. By this time, it seems that the efforts of the few remaining battle mages were devoted entirely to creating water to keep the army alive, a skill not normally emphasized at the War College. The fleet had arrived safely to Black Harbor thanks to the Battle Mage Corps, but all attempts to return to Akavir were frustrated by a series of ever more savage storms that battered Ezroniet throughout the rest of 289. The Council's last contact with the Emperor was in early Frostfall. By Evening Star, the Council was extremely worried about the situation in Akavir and ordered the fleet to sail regardless of the risk. Despite the continued storms, the fleet managed to press on to Akavir. Hope was raised when contact was made with the Emperor's battle mage, who reported that Ionith still held out. Plans were quickly laid for the expeditionary force to break out of Ionith and fall back on Septimia, where the fleet would meet them. This was the last direct contact with the expeditionary force. The fleet arrived in Septimia to find its garrison under savage assault from a large Seishi army. The battle mages with the fleet threw back the enemy long enough for the survivors to embark and the fleet to withdraw. The few survivors of the expeditionary force who reached Septimia told how the Emperor had led the army out of Ionith by night 2 days earlier, successfully breaking through the enemy lines, but then being surrounded by overwhelming forces on the road to Septimia. They told of a heroic last stand by the Emperor and the 10th Legion, which allowed the remnant of the 14th to reach Septimia. 2 survivors of the 10th arrived in Septimia that night, having slipped through the enemy lines during their undisciplined victory celebration. These men confirmed having seen the Emperor die, cut down by enemy arrows as he rallied the 10th's shield wall. Part 4. Conclusion. The Commission believes that the invasion of Akavir was doomed from the start for several reasons, none of which could have been foreseen beforehand, unfortunately. Despite extensive intelligence gathering, the expeditionary force was clearly unprepared for the situation in Akavir. I do like that they, in true Elder Scrolls fashion, they sort of lean on, like we've touched on this before, this is a phenomenon that occurs a lot in real life where a military force is not prepared for the natural environment of a certain area and they suffer greatly because of it. Like they underperform massively because they're not used to the terrain, the geography, the weather conditions, the temperature, anything like that. This happens. Someone pointed out to me that this happens not just in centuries or even longer ago, centuries, millennia ago, but even in contemporary times this happens still, right? I like that they do that, but also they Elder Scrolls it up a bit more by saying Well, were these intense weather phenomenon naturally occurring? We think so. But it is worth bearing in mind that it also could have been, the weather could have been affected by their magic or something, right? Which, of course, we know, canonically, weather-altering magic/machines exist in Elder Scrolls, right? It's a big point of contention in Morrowind and in the Tribunal expansion, right? Weather stuff, weather machine stuff. Anyway, despite extensive intelligence gathering, the expeditionary force was clearly unprepared for the situation in Akavir. The unexpected weather which plagued the army and navy was particularly disastrous. Without the loss of a majority of the Far East fleet during the campaign, the expeditionary force could have been withdrawn in 289. The weather also forced the Emperor to assign most of his battle mage corps to the fleet, leaving him without their valuable assistance during the fighting which soon followed. Yeah, like, if anyone is here shining during this story, it's the battle mages, right? The battle mage corps is like fucking carrying this entire effort, right? The entirety of the expeditionary force, and even then some, like back in the mainland, are relying so heavily on the battle mage corps, it's ridiculous. And of course, the unexpected drought which struck Ionith during 289 dashed the hopes of supplying the army locally, and left the expeditionary force in an untenable situation when besieged in Ionith. The Seishi were also much stronger than intelligence reports had suggested. Information on the size of the army the Seishi were eventually able to field against the expeditionary force is vague, as the only serious fighting took place after regular communications were cut off between the Emperor and the Council. Nevertheless, it seems likely that the Seishi outnumbered the Emperor's forces by several times, as they were able to force four crack legions into retreat and then keep them under siege for several months. As was stated previously, the Commission declines to criticize the initial decision to invade Akavir. Based on what was known at the time, the plan seemed sound. It is only with the benefit of hindsight that it does become obvious that the invasion had very little chance of success. Nevertheless, the Commission believes several valuable lessons can be taken from this disaster. First, the Seishi may have extremely powerful arcane forces at their command. The possibility that they may have manipulated the weather across such a vast region seems incredible, and it should be noted that 3 commissioners strongly objected to this paragraph even being included in the report. But the Commission believes that the matter deserves urgent investigation. The potential danger is such that even the slight possibility must be taken seriously. Second, the Seishi appear to possess no navy to speak of. The expeditionary force was never threatened by sea, and the Far East fleet fought nothing but the weather. Indeed, initial plans called for a portion of the fleet to remain in Akavir for use in coastal operations. But in the event, there were very few places where the large vessels of the fleet could approach the land, due to the innumerable reefs, sandbars, islands, etc., that infested the coastal waters north and south of Septimia. Due to the utter lack of trees in the plain around Septimia and Ionith, the expeditionary force was unable to build smaller vessels, which could have navigated the shallow coastal waters. Any future military expeditions against Akavir would do well to consider some way of bringing a means for inshore naval operations in order to exploit this clear advantage over the Seishi, an advantage that was sadly unexploited by the expeditionary force. That is fascinating that they have, seemingly zero navy. I like the idea that they would not be expansionist at all, you know? They're sort of ideological counter to the imperialistic nature of the empire, of the Tamrielic Empire. Third, much longer-term study needs to be made of Akavir before another invasion could even be contemplated. The information gathered over the 4 years prior to the invasion was extensive, but clearly inadequate. the weather conditions were completely unexpected. The Seishi much stronger than expected, and the attempted negotiations by the Emperor with the Seishi, a disaster. Well, yeah, I mean, the negotiations were after they already started invading, to be clear. Right? Like, why didn't they just try to chat with them at first? Is it truly just chalk it up to expansionist tendencies? Akavir proved alien beyond expectation, and the Commission believes any future attempt to invade Akavir should not be contemplated without much greater knowledge of the conditions, politics, and peoples of that continent than presently obtains. Finally, the Commission unanimously concludes that given what we now know, any attempt to invade Akavir is folly, at least in the present state of the Empire. The Empire's legions are needed at home. One day, a peaceful, united Empire will return to Akavir and exact severe retribution for the disaster at Ionith and for our fallen Emperor, but that day is not now, nor in the foreseeable future. What I think is also kind of cool about this is, as far as I know, it's never happened that anyone recovered the corpse of the Emperor, Uriel V, right? I think that's super cool. And if ever we have an encounter with Akavir, which it sounds like there's zero plans to ever actually go to Akavir, but if they come back, if they counter us, you know, if they come to Tamriel, if Akavir comes here to invade or something, it would be very cool if Uriel V showed up again, right? Because, mind you, is it not the case that in Akavir, I forget, it is the Seishi too, isn't it? It may be another culture at Akavir, but I think it's the Seishi who have this strong like connection with necromantic powers or similar ones, right? They're super duper into vampirism, right? I think it would be so cool if Uriel V still lived in undeath in some way. You know, I think that would be fucking dope as hell. Alright. Well, that ought to do it. Or yeah, that could be a fun way to go about as well. As though, right, you know, in the future, think about this. There's no one to light the dragon fires anymore, as far as I understand. I mean, I guess like the last Dragonborn theoretically could. But as time goes on, there's less of anyone tied to like the Septim dynasty whatsoever. What if someone came back to Tamriel who was like, well, we've entered such and such era, 4th era or even beyond, on account of like this dynasty dying out. What if it isn't, right? Thus returns this emperor from centuries ago who does have like a claim to the throne, albeit they are like undead in some form or another, or they're vampiric or something like that, you know? That would be fucking wild. I don't know if they would ever do that, but that would be pretty wild. That would be pretty fun. And you could still have that storyline of them invading without needing to go to Akavir, you know? And if you ever wanted to revisit the eastern coast of Tamriel, that would be your opportunity. You could have it to where you get a shitload of stuff in like, right, you would finally be able to visit more than one city in mainland Morrowind. You know, you would get Black Marsh up and down if you know, we presume that they would invade from that coast. And you would have reason to think about it too. Like, yeah, they chose not to invade yet because they had to build up Navy tech. You know, they just didn't have that. They didn't really have that in any meaningful way, right? Maybe they had their own internal struggles that set them back, or their own things that they wanted to tend to. And just as well, if you decide to make it canon that they do have this weather manipulation, right? Advance that same degree of spellcraft by like 100, 200, 300, even so and so many years. At what point could you say, oh, they now have developed magic that makes them capable of like a light form of terramorphing, right? They can legitimately change around the like very biomes that are present on the eastern coast of Tamriel. And thus you could get to where, oh, that's how we get access to other parts of Black Marsh, are because Akaviri invaders have terraformed parts of it, either in like a very extreme way to where it's a lot like Akavir there, right? Maybe they they take over a city and set up their own shit there, or they've made it to where like, oh, you can now go through the swamps. It's a bit easier, right? The further out you get from their invading area, you know? I think there's so much opportunity with it. Right, I'm pretty sure they'd said recently that they have zero plans for us to ever go to Akavir. Right, but like I said, there's still plenty of room for Akavir to invade the eastern coast of Tamriel. And there's so much of that we haven't seen in a core game. Even in ESO, I don't think we've seen much of the northeastern section of mainland Morrowind, right? Like by the Telvanni Peninsula. I don't think we've seen much of that, right? The best we got is like around and by Necrom, right? I don't think it goes too far up along there. And I think that, yeah, I think it's severely like dotted, I want to say. Like it's not very comprehensive how much of Eastern Morrowind, mainland Morrowind is revealed. And of course, Blackmarsh, Argonia is like, could be anything. And even then, like we had said, centuries later, with a new game, those developments change stuff. And then you could have, like I said, the Akaviri invading force have access to some form of like terramorphing, you know? Would be super wild. Anyway, frankly, a very fun read. And one which, even as much as it glazes up the Tamrielic Empire and Uriel V, it can't help but sort of shit on it as well, right? Man, what a bunch of fucking assholes. The Tamrielic Empire, Uriel V. God, why you gotta be like that, you know? I think it would also be fun thematically to have Akavir show up in some form or another, right? As sort of like a way to make the Empire pay for its expansionist tendencies and all that. I don't know. Could be cool. Anyway, until next time, please take care of each other.